So second week of December, we'll find out soon enough when it's actually going to happen. As I said, keep an eye on the Playrust Twitter. It will be announced fairly soon, although it has been announced like back in August, with the actual dates and whatnot. Stay informed, and there will be a whole lot more skins coming out fairly soon as well. But your opinions, please. Do you like what you see? Good day, Rusk and Jaws. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Tonight we have a lot of skins to chase after, such as the Sinotype Stone, the Protector Handmade NMG, and the Forged Garage Door. And of course tomorrow we have regular skins such as the Small Ammo Box. We have the Brain Train AK-47 and the Cargo Heli Boots. Now, if you're a little bit confused with my terminology, abnormals, regular skins, do you not have a clue what this means? If you need help, consider looking in the description right now, and at the very top, 2 videos are right there that could help you out. The first video is a 60-second short video which will quickly showcase to you that abnormal skins, they become marketable before the roster even rotates, and we know exactly when it happens. So what we can do right now is look at all the abnormal skins, figure out prices for all of them, and then of course when the time is right, we race to put those barders down, and then of course, well, if we're the fastest to put down a barder, we're the people who pick up all the skins for a much cheaper price, and therefore flip those skins for some sweet, delicious looking profit. What we also can do though is look at all the barders afterwards and realise, well, hang on a minute, do these skins actually have genuine demand? Could these skins actually retain their value and end up becoming very nice investments? It gives us a nice little early insight. So, all right, that's cool. And then, of course, with the regular skins, they will only become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. So, okay, fair enough. If you're still a bit confused, and if you still have questions, if you want to know about all the information in regards to abnormal skins, well, then look at the second video listed in the description. It's about 20 minutes long, but like I said, it will literally share with you everything that is to know in regards to what abnormal skins are. So let's jump in. Sorry for being a little bit muddled. I've got to do this pretty quickly because we don't have that much time. Let's get started and start yapping about all the abnormal skins. Sinotype Stone. This will be a little bit different compared to all the other Sinotype skins. Number one, you might notice, oh wow, it's only got 23,000 subscribers, which is a big surprise considering that, like, on average, all the Sinotype skins have had at least like 30,000 subscribers. Now, last week we had Sinotype Wood, and well, that only did just under 31,000 subscribers. It did become the lowest ever selling skin out of all the Sinotype skins. But with a stone box in a storage collection, they're not exactly in demand. Let's go ahead and showcase this to you. If I type in stone storage, you'll find out that with previous storage collections, all of these sold for $2.49 as well, but $3, $3, and $5. They haven't gone up in price that much. A stone storage is not very in demand. And just to repeat, 3 years ago, graffiti stone storage, just about $3. It's only gone up by about 50 cents. Now, is that even profitable? Oh, that's a good question. What I'm trying to imply is, this Sinotype Stone Large Box very likely might not be a good thing to chase after, and it very likely isn't a good thing to consider even buying. Really? Well, based on the behaviour we've seen with the other stone storages, that is a bit of a concern. But we should also point out, this has sold significantly less compared to all the other Sinotype skins. That could actually work out quite nicely for it. But then do consider, if you surpass stone base and you've moved on to metal frags, do you even need stone anymore? And now you understand why stone boxes aren't as useful to people, and why they have, they tend to have less demand and the prices don't rise up that much. So do take that into consideration, and I will, because with a Sinotype stone storage right there in front of us, I think I only want to offer $1.20 to $1.80. I wouldn't be surprised if this does drop off a fair bit. This is the first Sinotype skin where we're going to offer less than $2. I know, but based on previous behaviour, I've learned from it, and now I've passed on the information to you. So $1.20 to $1.80 for the Sinotype Stone. Protector Handmade NMG, well, based on the previous Handmade NMG, I don't think they're in demand. That might be a bit of a concern. And if you're in the know, perhaps people probably won't care about these marketable Handmade NMGs. Ooh, okay. So, yeah. I kind of get the feeling that these are going to have some issues, especially with more Handmade NMG skins on the horizon. So, yeah, Protector Handmade NMG, I'm not feeling very confident with you, and I'm going to be very straightforward with you. I'm suggesting early offering maybe about like half the price, 80 cents to $1.20. It sold a decent amount, but yeah. Like, just to point out with these skins right here, with every rush store, I always have a 48-hour analysis. I make a good estimate in regards to how many skins how much sales each skin will have. And, Sinotype Stone, 23,000 to 26,000. Protector Handmade NMG, 16 to 18,000 subscribers. Like, I have been pretty spot on there, but it's not good. They haven't sold that much, and it's probably a good, clear indicator that there's not that much interest. Like, you might sit there and say, but hang on a minute, 70,000 subscribers is still pretty good. True, but based on the price that I saw the previous one, and considering the amount I sold with the previous one as well, I don't think there's actual demand for handmade NMG skins. And as I just pointed out, with Twitch drops on the horizon, there might be some concerns. So, yeah, I think this is going to probably lose its value pretty quickly. And 17,000 subscribers might be a little bit too much for what, like, is actual, demand. It's the second ever skin to be added, and it still had some interest in that, but after a while, it won't be, like, that interesting anymore, and I think it will be dropping off and struggling. So, yeah, okay, that might be a bit of a concern. Forge Garage Door. Just about 16,000 subscribers, and well, to be honest with you, even though we've seen the collection continuation, which I can showcase to you right now, there you go, there's the sheet metal door, I'm not convinced. It's purely based on the fact that it's a garage door. This also is very bright at night time, much like our garage door, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to hold, especially considering, well, look at all the garage doors we had so far this year. A record-breaking amount, 35 in total, and we have Christmas skins on the horizon. Oh, yes, indeed we do. Yes, yes. So don't be surprised if we probably see a few more garage doors being accepted this year, and don't be surprised if this also drops off. We had the very special anime Halloween garage door right there. We thought that might hold up quite nicely. Nope, down by 18%. Oh, no. So, yeah, on average, pretty much nearly all of the garage doors have gone down about half their price. Yep, that's the average. A couple of skins are in the positive, but yeah, I don't think that'll be one of the ones in the positive. It looks nice. I've got no complaints. But if we do see an actual deplorable collection build up from this, all right, it might work out a little bit better. But I still have my concerns, and I'm not feeling that confident. And I think I'm only going to suggest 70 cents to $1. Black Diamond L96. If the L96 wasn't the focused item of the month, I would actually sit there and say that L96 would be a pretty good, like, solid skin that would retain its value. But it is the focused item of the month. So that's a bit concerning. Tomorrow, we will see another L96. And I should point out, we saw some pretty interesting skins being submitted. So over to here. In the most recent Rust Workshop skin checks, I'm sure you're fully well aware, we had some very interesting designs. We actually had quite a lot of them. So scroll, 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 scroll. Come on, let's get to the L96s. Here we are. Electric Girl, Luxury L96, Moonflower L96, Opal L96, Bird of Luck L96, Squadron L96, and Protector L96. And we had a bit of a surprise. Yeah, there was a bit of a late submission. Let's just refresh. Come on, show me the Apocalypse Nomad L96. So, yeah. What do you reckon? No matter what, we're going to get one tomorrow. And unfortunately, it's going to cause this to suffer. Much like how the previous week, we had a very nice looking Abyss L96. And that's already lost half its price. What? That was quick. But then again, kick drop as well. So, yeah. We're seeing far too many skins being introduced in such a short amount of time. That is most likely going to suffer, but I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it recovers quite nicely in the future as well. Black Diamond skins are not too bad. They are seemingly in demand, but not all the weapon skins, mind you. And L96s, unfortunately, they're not appreciated that much, I'm sorry to say. Looks nice, though. The diamond studded design does look very pretty, but I'm not feeling that confident. So in regards to a price to offer, I think in regards to this, 80 cents to $1.20, especially after what we just saw with the Abyss L96. 80 cents to $1.20. Molten Visage Bed. An interesting design. A very, very nice, like, glow-in-the-dark design at night time, with how it like looks as if it's been burnt out and the logo stands out and all that. Looks cool. I'm certainly hoping to see some more Molten Visage skins being produced after this, because, of course, it was a bit of a, I don't want to say it, a dead sort of collection. This was the first skin to be accepted in 3 years. We'll see what happens next, but the whole collection isn't exactly doing super crazy, is it? But you also haven't sold that much either, so all right, we'll consider that. But then we look at all the bed skins, and oh, there you go. It's finally happened. They've all gone down in price now. Now, some of them are performing better compared to others, but yeah, we're still expecting more bed skins to be accepted and all that. But I should also point out, this week, let me close this. We did actually only see 2 bed skins being accepted, so it looks like the skin creators have realised, oh no, There's far too many people making bed skins. Let's do something else. They all went back to garage doors. Anyway, so with what I see here, it does look nice. And if I had to talk about like what was my expectation, I thought that bed was going to do between 11 to 13,000 subscribers. And well, by tomorrow, it looks like it might surpass 13,000 subscribers. Quite literally. I do believe there is demand there, but with the sales it's got, I don't think it's that much. I think that could have a nice, interesting turnaround. And if I could just quickly remind you, the Molten Visage sleeping bag has actually gone up in price quite nicely in the past. Yeah, it's down by 1% at the moment. Look at it again, January 2026 time. All right, that's for you to consider. So, okay, fair enough. Maybe that might be pretty interesting then. What price would you suggest? Because that's at $3, Hedge. Oh. I think for this one, we'll do $1 to $1.50. I think it'll drop off. I don't think it'll stay down forever. It will look pretty interesting. $1 to $1.50. Popstar M249. So with the arrival of this, I did notice the prices of some of the skins rising up quite nicely. Yep. When we see another Popstar skin appear, oh, it is appreciated. Out of all the garage doors this year, that's one of the two that's actually in the positive. And with this AK over to here, oh yes, it's gone back up in price again. That was down to about $2 like a week ago. This appears, oh, it's sprung back up. Lovely stuff. And now we question, right, what could happen to the M249? Well, of course, in general, most AK-47s tend to struggle and suffer and go down pretty badly. But this one didn't. And yes, it's dipped down below pretty badly before, but now it's starting to perk back up again. With this design, I think it does stand out quite nicely compared to all the other M249 skins we've seen in the past. But, I still think it's going to go below its rust price. There will be bad times, and this will still suffer. I just don't think it will suffer as much compared to the recent skins that we've seen here. So Factory Nuke, Carrot Cruncher, that's a weird name, Ophidia. These have all suffered pretty badly and gone down to about half their price. But you, Popstar M249, based on the performance and behaviour we've seen with the previous weapon skins, I get the feeling you might actually do quite all right, and hopefully we see you actually rise up and become a nice positive investment in the future, but we still have to be pretty realistic. So in regards to what I see here of the Popstar M249, with its, well, 11,000 subscribers, which really isn't that much, I think what I want to offer is $1 to $1.50. Yeah, I still expect it to drop off, but I can also see it rebound and go up in price quite nicely, and with the possibility of more Popstar weapon skins in the future, along with other things, well, I think that might work out quite all right. So I look at this with a bit of positivity. So $1 to $1.50. Wild Hunt Wooden Door, you do look nice. We did see a collection continuation, but this will still go down in price. I'm very sorry to say, but it is to be expected. So yep, Garage Door has been submitted, and this upcoming weekend, I do hope to see the cool Wendigo sort of like style design for a bearskin rug. I'm sure the skin creator will definitely pull it off, especially considering that they made this Halloween bearskin rug. Yes, yes, yes. But anyway, it's a wooden door. Take a look at all the wooden doors of the past and you'll notice, oh wow, they all go down to less than $1. Yeah. So, yeah, down 53, down 66, down 61, down 58, down 64, down 70. Ooh, that's not looking pretty, is it? No. And of course, the previous year and the year before that and the year before that, yeah, it's not going to hold its value. Looks cool, looks nice, but I have no faith. So, in regards to what I see here, 50 cents to 70 cents. Sorry to say, but do not be surprised. Then we have the Fort Thompson. Based on the behaviour of all the other Fort weapon skins, oh yeah, it's dropped off pretty badly, hasn't it? I thought the AK looked nice, but evidently the demand wasn't there. But I have seen this in the past with weapon-only collections. Thompsons actually tend to perform quite nicely, and I am fully well aware of this. I can still see this dropping off in price, but I can also see it probably being the best performing skin out of the full set at the moment. So let's just quickly take a look at all the Thompsons this year. You've got one, you've got two in the positive, you've got quite a few not doing very well as well. But in regards to the Fort Thompson, I get the feeling this might hold up quite nicely, especially with the fact that it's only got 10,000 subscribers at the moment. Which is also quickly point this out. Fort Thompson, I thought it'd do between 8 to 10,000 subscribers. Evidently, it has surpassed that, but only slightly. I was a little bit off with the suggestions this week, but hey, just goes to show there's actually more demand than I was anticipating. But yeah, Fort Thompson, I think that might be doing okay, but still a bit problematic. Basically, what I'm going to suggest is $1 to $1.50. So, not too bad, but still expected to drop off a bit. So, okay, cool. Cargo Heli Roadsign gloves. This has sold less compared to, well, the tier 2. But what we see over to here, Tier 2 only did about 9,500 subscribers, but these two pieces right here, oh, well, just about 6,000 subscribers for both of them almost. I mean, 6,300, 5,800, 5,900. Anyway, they have sold significantly less. It's not like a dramatically lesser amount, but it is notably less. Now, here's the problem. We didn't see any signs of like a collection continuation. We didn't see like Tier 3 or Hoodie and Pants being submitted. Instead, Vlek decides to make a handmade LMG skins. That's fine. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm upset, but if we ever do see Tier 3 and Hoodie and Pants and it actually gets accepted, of course, these boots and gloves will rise up in price ever so nicely. However, I don't think that's going to happen for a while. Now, let me also remind you, the boots and gloves were accepted about 1 year and 3 months later after the Tier 2. Yeah, do not be surprised if it takes that long for the possibility of another collection continuation. So, okay, you have sold less, and you really haven't sold that much. But talking more specifically about the Roadsign gloves, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up like performing the exact same way the Tier 2 did, which for a very long time didn't have a collection continuation and did suffer. So, based on what I've seen with the Tier 2 pieces, I think this is probably going to drop off a fair bit. And for this, I only want to offer 70 cents to $1, okay? I'm not fully convinced with this, all right? But again, the possibility of a collection continuation, more clothing and armor, oh yeah, that could definitely rise up very nicely. So, all right, cool. That was all the abnormal skins. Let's now go ahead and talk about all the regular skins. The skins that will become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. With the small ammo box, at the moment, it looks like it's going to be the lowest selling skin in its set. I would like to point out, we have seen another small box being submitted, and it's a pretty funny looking design, so let me just quickly point this out. We have seen, last week, the sulfur box, but this past weekend, small sealed box. Yes, when you're being raided, quickly open this up, get those resources, and quickly put down another wall. So, in case of raid, smash glass in emergency. That's a pretty cool design. That's pretty funny. So, a lot of people have taken a liking to this, and they're quite happy with it. And if we were to see that being accepted, could we imagine that the collection might grow up a little bit more? Oh, yes. So, these two skins are currently doing quite all right. This is not too bad, but still slightly below. And these three, unfortunately, aren't doing super great. But the more the merrier. If we do see more, and if we do see this potentially go all the way up to about 18 skins in total, like a normal storage collection, this could actually work out quite all right. What do you reckon? So, based on what I'm seeing here, with the small ammo box not exactly selling that much, I think that could actually work out quite all right. Now, I know some people are going to sit there and say, but Hedge, have we had ammo boxes in the past? Well, okay, sure. But, like, how many of them were small boxes? Let's actually quickly find out. Scroll. So, yeah, I don't think we've actually had a small ammo box in the past ever. So, okay, fair enough. Maybe it might work out quite all right. If you're not feeling very confident, you can always only offer like 80 cents to $1.10. It might drop off a little bit. But with the pretty confident expectation we'll see another skin being accepted tomorrow and next week and a week after that, up until around Christmas time, because of course we'll have Christmas skins in the way. Yeah, I mean, it most likely hold up quite all right, so stay optimistic. How will that collection look when we're rolling through January time? I'm looking at that with curiosity, so we'll wait and see. Right then, Brain Drain AK-47, a perfectly fine looking design. I was actually expecting a collection continuation, but that didn't happen. We got Kitty Cat. We got the Cat Furnace, so. Alright, fair enough. I'm being realistic here. I think that's just going to drop off. 60 cents to 80 cents. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I'm being realistic. Based on what I've seen in the past with other recent AK-47s, yeah, I'm sorry to say, I'm not feeling confident, so yeah. 60 cents to 80 cents. Cargo Heli boots, well then. We just had that discussion with the Cargo Heli Roadsign gloves. You have sold a lot less compared to the tier 2, yeah. It would be nice to see continuations, but no signs of that at the moment. And that might not happen for like another year or so, and that might be a bit of concern, and this could easily get lost in the shuffle. So I'm sorry to say, but with the boots, I'm probably going to only offer like 60 cents to 70 cents. And it could get cheaper, that's the big concern. If you're not feeling very confident, offer less. But yeah, maybe 50 cents to 60 cents. I think we'll go with that. So, all right, cool. Everything's been said. It was expected to be a pretty tame week, a quieter week with less sales, and evidently that has happened. We've only got one skin above 20,000 subscribers, and that is it's a bit of a surprise. So let's also talk about things to look forward to. As I said, the second week of December 2025, we are expecting Twitch Rivals. So this is one of the skins. I'm expecting, well, 10 to 15 in total. We'll see how it goes. So basically what we just saw with the kick drops is basically what we're expecting with the Twitch Rivals drops. So yep, in about 2 or 3 weeks time, some brand new Twitch drops. Yeah, that's a lot of drops recently, isn't it? Yep. Anything else to mention? Well, let's go to micro522.com. Let's just quickly update ourselves and let's just get a good insight in regards to what potentially could be accepted tomorrow. So tactical gloves have been submitted, but they're not for, tomorrow or next week. They're for December Force Wipe, okay? So I can point out Polar Combat tactical gloves are on top with an absolutely ridiculous upvote to downvote ratio of 12 to 1. So yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Yep. But that did get submitted before we saw whiteout tactical gloves. Now, here's something I'm going to ask you. How often do you actually skin your tactical gloves? Would you put the effort in for some nice white gloves? Or some nice polar gloves? Or some nice, let's see here, No Mercy gloves, Funerary Flame gloves. We've also got hard suit. We've got a lot of collection continuations. So, I do hope you kept track of the recent Rust Workshop skin checks, because I did go through all the skins. I did yap about, oh, no, that'd be nice and all that. If we see any collection continuation, I do believe we'll see a nice Spike and 1 Spike and Price with the Cloven Armour. Oh, yes. So, that's looking pretty interesting. But as a reminder, if you want to stay up to date with all the recent Rust Workshop skin submissions, well, the video's right there. And everything is chaptered. Wow. So, all right, cool. Hopping back. Is there anything else that we need to address? Well, Boxers DLC. I'm still keeping track of it. And we're seeing mentions of an explosives component box and an ore box. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's definitely leaning more towards the idea that Face Punch might be releasing their very own storage collection or some sort of labeling convention. We're still not fully well aware, but something's definitely being worked on. And I am a bit concerned about the Sinotype collection. So, yeah. Well, and all the other storage collections, if anything, they're pretty pricey and in demand. And, well, Face Punch releases their very own DLC for like $15 only. Not significantly cheaper, isn't it? That might be a bit of a concern. Right, player count. This website is broken. It hasn't updated in 7 days. But now I look over to here, and player count's doing fine. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's somewhat matching up to October, which is fine. But what we expect is with December, a huge rise. With the December Force Wipe, we have the December update. That'll be the naval update. Lots of very curious people will be jumping in. And at the end of the month, a lot of people around the world, well, of course, time off for school, education, people won't be working as much. Things are still looking like it's going to line up pretty nicely. So I am staying optimistic. Anything else to talk about? Well, if we could quickly switch over to here. Here's my Twitter. And I did retweet Mr. Protox. Attachment charms. What? So if you play Counter-Strike, you know they've added the charms, right? Not too many complained about it. So Face Punch clearly saw it and thought, oh, well, we can do that as well. Money, please. Okay, nuts. Yeah, that'll probably be another DLC. Could it be something that the workshop people could make their very own things? Would you be opposed to that? So maybe we might have some workshop charms in the future, but for now, it looks like it's going to be something that only Face Punch makes themselves. Many, please. Anyway, cool. So keep an eye on Mr. Protox. He's always keep an eye out for all the new content that's potentially going to be added to the game. And I also want to just quickly point this out. There will be a Medieval Rust Armada event taking place between December 4th to the 7th. This is a Jingle Jam charity event. And yeah, about 300 to 400 people taking part. 3 teams, lots of boats, and lots of sinking. I don't know if I hope I can swim. Yeah, I'm taking part in this. So, yep, I'll link this tweet in the description. You can go see this yourself. It's a nice little trailer. And yeah, it's going to be mayhem. Yippee. So, I'm not sure how many people here have actually practiced, because, of course, you can go on staging right now and play around with the boats, but I'm having doubts a lot of people have done that. That's going to be pretty fun. Yes. So, yep, if you'd like to keep an eye out for the event, of course, I'll be taking part. And, yeah, that's about 2 weeks' time. Yep, by the time you're watching this, 2 weeks from now. So, cool. I'm gonna sink. I know I am. So, yep, stay up to date with all the content I'm putting out. I'm sure you've watched the recent video where I showcase my inventory. Starting from now, essentially, I am going to start keeping track of all the sales and, of course, see how much funds I can raise over the course of 2 months. I've done this in the past, and I'm doing it again. My inventory is worth over $80,000. Depends on what time you look at it. It keeps going up and down. Let me show you this. So over to SCMM we go. If you go over to here to the top left, you'll see inventory leaderboard, and I've pretty much grabbed all of my skins and thrown it over to my main Hedge account. And overall, I'm number 8, and it's at the moment worth 79,682. Damn it. But of course, as we get closer and closer to January time, we are expecting prices to improve ever more. So you can see this for yourself. It'll be linked in the description. Yes, right now it's frozen. I've set my account to be private, and then in 2 months' time, I'll make it public again, and we'll talk about the differences. Because yes, 55,345 skins worth around $79,000. So yep, the video is there, and well, the fun begins fairly soon. As we get closer and closer to December time, I'll start selling all my Christmas skins, and then of course January time, I'll start selling all my skins in general. It'll be fun, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. So yeah, let's just stay a little bit optimistic. Hopefully we see some pretty interesting skins being accepted tomorrow. Please give us some clothing and armor, please, 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 please. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually accept lightweight hoodie and pants. This is the 4th attempt, but then again, you know, we also saw the 4th attempt for Thunder Gold, and we didn't see that being accepted, and we're so happy about that. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, we have not seen that interesting. Wait, where's all the hoodie and pants and the tier 2 and the tier 3? Where is it? So, all right, fair enough. So keep an eye out for potential things that could be accepted, and oh no, it's going to be Deep Ruby, isn't it? Oh, imagine all the people when they see that potentially tomorrow. Come on, please. Thunder Gold hoodie and pants. That's the thing people really want. All right, anyway. I think we've pretty much said everything that needs to be said. So let's now skip ahead. Proceed to do those bilders, and then afterwards we'll talk about the abnormal bilder support and question, does anything in this rust store look like we might want to jump in and actually buy it straight from the rust store? Okay, here we go. 2, 1, it's midnight, and now it's time to do buy orders. Are they going to appear fast enough? We'll see. So, come on. I'm going to start with the Popstar M249. As I said, I feel like this might be one of the skins that actually does work out quite alright. We do need to see more skins being accepted afterwards. Is it a big surprise people happen to appreciate an anime girl design? Yeah, I thought Sinotype. Oh, look, it's so small. What? Why is it so small? Anyway, yeah, yeah, sure, I'll go put down a barder. Alright. Still hasn't appeared. So I just went to do the Sinotype stone because I thought surely that's been, you know, posted. There you go. Alright, so we got the protector. Why is it so small? Okay, that's weird. Okay, sure. Steam's weird at the moment. Barder's Hedge, come on, let's go. Alright, sure. It is weird, though. It's so tiny. Right, come on in. Popstar, no. Molten Visage, no. Cargo Heli, no. Fort Thompson, no. Wild Hunt Wooden Door, no. Black Diamond L96, thank you. Right, yeah, you're small as well. It's pretty goofy. There we go. Perfection. Right. And over to here, Molten Visage Bed. No, this is awkward. Let's go over to here and do the second batch of barders. No, Hedge, you've got it wrong. Oh, this one. Yeah, over to here. There we are. Right. No, there we go. Sinotype stone. Do I really want to put down another barder? Yeah, sure, why not? Popstar M249. Second barder, yes, please. Alright, what about over to here? Molten Visage Bed. Oh, this has appeared now to go the other way around. Alright. I'm going to do 8-8. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Black Diamond L96. So yeah, I think I've done a decent amount of barders, and I think I'll be disappearing in a second. Yeah, so I'm going to go put down like a $1.30 barder. Maybe like a $1. Yeah, let's go do that. Alright, cool. So I think I've done enough bar orders. Let's now skip ahead, look at all the skins in their abnormal barter support, and question, yeah, do we actually want to go ahead and, buy a skin straight from the Rust store? Okay, we're back, and as you can see, prices are appearing, so yeah, looking pretty cool. Let's switch over to here and talk about the abnormal barter support. Now, I have to point this out. Steam is behaving very, very weirdly at the moment. My extensions aren't working. I can't see all the buy orders. So if you've noticed some weird problems, some weird issues, well, here's another one. If I could just quickly switch back over to here. If you watch my Rust Workshop skin checks, you might notice this weird issue. Yeah, so if you have noticed some strange things going on Steam, they're making some changes, they're doing some updates, and it's making things look a bit weird. So it's not within my control, sorry to say. So as you can see here, Sinotype stone, only 861 bar orders, and well, that is still pushing up to like $2.30, right? People still putting down bar orders like that. I personally didn't want to do that. Not sure if these people caught on, but then again, they might be correct. This has sold quite a lot less compared to all the other Sinotype skins, and if it does end up, working out lovely as a full-fledged collection, that probably could be one of the good ones. We'll see. All right, could it be nice and profitable? Feel free to comment below your opinion. So, okay, with not so many bar orders, we'll see how it goes. But I personally don't want to jump in and buy any. As I said, all the other storage collections with their stone boxes, they haven't really gone up in price that much. In comparison to other storages, yeah, it hasn't really moved much at all. So, not feeling very confident with it. Now over to here, Molten Visage Bed. It's got bar orders going all the way up to like $1.50 as suggested. But the price is $2.49. Now in regards to the amount of sales, it really doesn't have that much. Could that potentially be one of the beds that actually works out quite alright? Every single one of them right now is in the negative. But this, could it be the one that actually stays in the positive? What do you reckon? If you like the design, feel free to comment below. And, well, we should also keep an eye out. If we're expecting brand new Twitch Rivals Twitch drops, could we potentially see a bed? Would we be surprised if we see a big purple Twitch Rivals bed? What do you reckon? So, okay, we'll keep an eye out. But yes, that is looking very cool. I would sit here and say, if you really happen to like it, like if you were actively wanting to buy a bunch of these today, you could probably put down like a $1.80 bar order, and I wouldn't be surprised if you pick up a bunch. Is this going to behave the exact same way as the Molten Visage sleeping bag? So if I could just quickly remind you, it was only slightly down in price. So if I'm going to go on, click, Molten Visage. Come on, my typing is atrocious. Sleeping, there we are. This always goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So right now it's sitting here at about $2. But if you were to look at sales history, so let's just hide liquidity, there you go. It go up, it go down, it go up, it go down. Never really super high in price like it did once, but yeah. Fairly stable though, fairly stable. So will you be fairly stable? We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, you could just put down a $1.80 bar order. When times are bad, you're very likely to pick up a bunch of them. Popstar M249. So I just had a certain someone here, Mr. Sanji Bharati. I need a waifu bed. Well, I can confirm there is a Popstar bed on the workshop. Weirdly, I cannot access the workshop through this way. You notice that? Look, the workshop button's disappeared. Steam is very weird at the moment. So just for you, good sir, if I could just quickly switch over to here. Can confirm with quite a lot of these Popstar skins we've seen, they've actually performed quite nicely. So let's just go over to here to Popstar Garage Door. Let's go to the workshop. That ended up working out wonderfully. That is slightly in the positive right now, and around January time, it will very likely go much higher. But just for you, good sir, just like to point out, we did have a Popstar bed. Would that ever be accepted? Well, it's been a while now since that was submitted, so maybe a complete the sets in the future, we shall see. But there you go, buddy. So Popstar skins are still being worked on. And if we do see more, the idea is that, yes, the M249 very likely will appreciate it and have a nice little spike in price, like we saw with the AK and the Thompson. So, all right, cool. Back over to here. Let's focus. Is it still going to go below its Rust store price? Yeah, it is to be expected. But I would assume, this would probably be the least bad. The least bad M249 skin to be accepted in quite some time. So, going below $2.49, we do expect it. How low will you go? We still question it. You got Barter sitting at around almost $1.50. Well, I think that's fine for now. But if you truly wanted to try and pick up some of these, I think you could probably offer $1.80 again. Will it go all the way down and less than $2? We would expect it. It hasn't sold too much, but I would expect like a decent amount of them appearing on the Steam market after a while. So yes, the Anime Girl M249. Yeah, I can still, you know, it's an M249. Unfortunately, just like the vast majority of them just don't hold up. So yeah, but $1.80, I think you'll pick up a bunch of them. So all right, cool. And if we do see a collection continuation, perfect. So still hoping for like tier 3, like a full Anime Girl tier 3 set and whatnot. Cool. Anyway, moving on. Cargo Heli Roadsign gloves. It's fine. It's got barters only gone up to $1. That's not too much of a surprise. And if it does suffer for quite some time, that also wouldn't be too much of a surprise because we're not really expecting another collection continuation attempt for quite some time. Now, if they do submit it like literally next weekend, I would be surprised. But the skin creator likes to take his time, it seems. So, all right, fair enough. It's $1.49, but the barters only go up to $1. Honestly, if you're feeling not very confident with another immediate collection continuation, maybe just go a little bit lower. Maybe offer like about 80 cents, as you can see, below these barters. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next. It's awkward because I just don't know when the skin creator is going to make another attempt for a collection continuation. Yeah, I think you're probably better off playing it a little bit safer. But if you feel confident, all right, go ahead. Offer $1.10, $1.20. I would not be surprised if you pick up a bunch of them. Again, if we do see like a fairly quick attempt for collection continuation, okay, that would be different. But is it going to happen? I have my doubts. So, all right, cool. Only up to $1 though. Over to here, Black Diamond L96. The fact that we're going to see a collection, another L96 tomorrow, and it could be a collection continuation, I worry for this. All right. Now, we do have a barter going up to $1.50. But is this going to perform slightly better? Like the Abyss L96 from the previous week, it did sell quite a fair bit more compared to this. But L96s in general, we still expect them to drop off. But then again, if you were to offer like maybe, I don't know, $2, it might hold up quite all right. Again, how much? No, this is $3. Yeah, I completely forgot. So honestly, like a $2 barter might still work out quite all right. Again, as time goes on, I still kind of assume that likely will probably retain a decent portion of its price. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm still somewhat optimistic. Black Diamond skins do tend to perform quite nicely. Not perfectly all the time, but a lot better than the usual. So, all right, cool. Full Thompson, I mean, you got barters pushing up to like $1.20, $2.49 skin, but still. But you are, it isn't a weapon collection. A weapon-only collection is what I should clarify and say. I'm going to drop off. Yes, I do expect it. I'm going to crash and burn. I don't know. If you truly wanted a bunch of these, you could probably just offer $1.50. I think you would probably pick up a decent amount. But if we do see like the full collection dabble into like deplorables and maybe some clothing armor, that might be making an interesting change for this, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to go that much further beyond than just a weapon-only collection. So, all right. Looks cool, though. Over to here, Forge Garage Door. Barders basically finish it around $1. That does not look like it's going to retain its price. It looks like it will go down in price. If we do see the collection continuations, all right, cool. But we've had quite a lot of garage doors and then sheet metal doors, and then that's it. Nuke Vibe collection, although that did get some weapons, but still crashed and burned. You might recall the All-Seeing Eye recently. That's not really holding up very well either. So we'll see how it goes, but by default, garage doors this year, it's too ridiculous. Far too many options, and if you really wanted a bunch of them, offer like $1.20. Do not be surprised if you pick up a bunch. $1.50, you're going to be very sure. So, okay, cool. Protector Handmade LMG. I honestly don't think people care enough about Handmade LMG skins. And again, with that Twitch drop on the horizon, it's not looking pretty good for it. So, yeah. Are we surprised by this? Not really. The barter's barely got up to like $1.20. Oof. So, yeah, halfway, and yeah, it's not looking pretty. It's looking a bit problematic. So, all right, cool. If you truly want to buy a bunch, $1.50 should be perfectly fine for you. But even then, I think maybe not. Like, again, there will be another one tomorrow, maybe 2 tomorrow, who knows? And then, of course, the week after that, there should be at least another one as well. So we'll see how it goes. And then over to here, for the final skin, Wild Hunt Wooden Door. Listen, if you just wanted one for yourself, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated to get more about nice creative designs in the future. But that very likely will be dropping off pretty badly. Now, I can see someone's offered like just barely over $1 for one. But I'll be honest with you, that's probably fine. If you wanted to actually pick up a bunch of them, offering $1 probably would work out perfectly fine. but this is not going to retain its price. $2.49, I don't think that'll be holding. But if we do see the collection continuation, even then I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't hold. So, all right then, pretty straightforward. Yes, it is. So, of course, with tomorrow we do have 3 regular skins. But please, can we see some clothing and armor tomorrow? Please, can we see some clothing and armor tomorrow? So, of course, the past 2 weeks, with the further previous weekend, we had a lot of interesting clothing and armor pieces produced, but, well, what was accepted? Yeah, so could we see any of this potentially being accepted, such as collection continuations or a brand new collection? What do you reckon? And, of course, with the most recent batch, it's got all the way down to here. We do have quite a lot of interesting designs, as you might notice, but just to confirm, we're not going to see tactical gloves being accepted until December Force Wipe. So for the next 2 Rust stores, do not expect this. Okay, so interesting designs, but yeah, got to wait a while. So that's that. Back over to here. Earlier, I kind of didn't really do a proper showcase showing all this, but wow, Polar Combat tactical gloves now have a score of 80. 12.33 to 1. Ridiculous. But there's tons of tactical gloves. Oh, look, there you go. Sinotype fuel large box, but then tactical gloves, tactical gloves, tactical gloves. Pretty fun looking garage door. Tactical gloves. Cat furnace. So the micro522.com website is linked in the description. You can see this at all times. You can see how the skins are faring in terms of overall scores. Like, these really do have a lot of interest in them. All right. Rarely do we see skins have a higher score compared to a Sinotype skin. So we'll see how it goes. But with the next upcoming weekend, we should also anticipate a lot more aquatic and boat theme skins being produced as well. So, all right, just got to stay optimistic. It's getting hard. It's getting hard. So, okay, cool. One thing we should also mention, next week we have Thanksgiving. Well, America does. What do you reckon? Thanksgiving turkey hammer? I will point out the 2 previous turkey skins produced by Mr. Zinc have been accepted, so... Well, what do you reckon? We'll see how it goes. Wouldn't it be fun if you had like turkeys in Rust for like a week? Like, not exactly like collecting candy or collecting chocolate eggs, or presents, like we'd normally have with the holiday events, but with like... What about demon turkeys? They actually fight back and they're pretty hard to kill. Oh, that'd be even fun. That'd be even more fun. Anyway. Thanksgiving is next week in America, and we probably will see some Thanksgiving skins potentially tomorrow or next week. We'll see, all right? But just want to point out, yeah, they have been submitted. Cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's everything that needs to be said. Just keep an eye on the workshop. More interesting things being produced. Keep an eye on the commits. More interesting things being mentioned. So a little bit earlier, we did mention, attachments, the little things to attach the charms. But there's also quite a big fuss for the birthday this year. Seems quite a lot of changes and brand new things being added, which is pretty interesting. Yep, that'll be with the December update. And then what else needs to be mentioned? Well, of course, Naval update is still being worked on, but of course it would. So, all right then. Artist Pack DLC, apparently a lot of the clothing and armor pieces are being worked on again, but that doesn't really imply like brand new skinnables or anything. But yep, paintball gun. Lots of interesting things on the horizon. Cool. So, yep, that's a wrap. That's everything. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, that's one of my inventories. Consider giving this video a good watch. And, consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks for November 18, 2025 to be aware of all the interesting skins that were submitted. Cool. So, just to point out, if you're watching this video tomorrow, I will be streaming the next day, as in, November 20, 2025. Look in the description, you'll see links to all my socials, more specifically my Twitch. And I'll probably be on pretty early tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not expecting an early Rust rotation. If anything, it'll probably happen between like 8 to 10 o'clock at night UK time. We'll see. But that's it. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching. And let's see how things turn out in the future.